Rich Rare Radio Show here on Wildcats Radio 1290. I know I'm fired up because, this weekend we've got football. College football coming up. In fact, we are so close that you could taste it, the beginning of college football. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We've got a lot to get to. We'll tell you that the earlier missile test that you heard, which was supposedly a scud coming towards the Pac-12 from Eugene, has been thwarted if you're watching Twitter earlier today. And again, I tell you, Twitter's garbage, message boards are garbage, and Twitter's garbage one more time, I'll tell you that. The demise of the Pac-12 that you might have heard about earlier today with the Oregon Ducks isn't as big as we all thought it was. So we'll get into that on the program today. I have a ton to talk about after the end of training camp for the University of Arizona. I saw some great shows this weekend. We've got Bueno, we know Bueno. Like I said, we've got a whole bunch. And what's today, Dragon Ball?
Today is Box Office Monday.
Or Box Office Blitz, if you will.
Box Office Blitz.
Look out, by the way, look, if you're watching the stream, Dragon Ball looks about 10 years younger with a clean-shaved face.
And a very, very bright face as it is. I need to get more sun.
What happened?
Especially on the camera here.
What happened?
Oh, just chose to shave, finally.
Oh, it wasn't one of those?
For me, it's a if it grows or it goes.
It wasn't one of those where you were trimming it up and you go, "Oh, I missed."
That's what I mean. It grows or it goes. There's really no
so
in between.
You wanted to do this. You didn't do it by accident.
No, there's no trimming, no beard tending to
like
me.
My dad would sometimes he'd go to trim his mustache and he'd mess up and lop half of it off and walk out. And my mom goes, "Where's your cop mustache?" And he goes, "I messed up."
See, that's the thing is that I just don't tend to it. It's either it grows or it goes.
So there's no manscaping on your
face.
beard,
No,
on
it
your
just
face.
it just
I meant
goes
on
until
his
it's,
face. I didn't mean anywhere else.
Yeah, it goes until I can't handle it anymore.
Gotcha.
Like the minute I think it was when I was having ice cream recently, and I would taste more and more hair than I would the fudge pop I was trying to have. At that point, I was like, yeah, you know what, this needs to go now.
Yeah, you know what? That's why I'll grow a goatee. I could grow a pretty mean goatee, but it makes me look like the lead singer from Los Lobos. So when I have it, I get a lot more looks, right? I get a lot more looks. I get a lot more people clutching at their bag as I walk by because it does make me look a lot meaner and tougher. So I like to be friendly. I'm a nice guy. But when I do grow it, people are like, oh, better stay out of his way. Don't mess with me, man. I'll shank you. But what I don't like is when you get the whiskers that come into get in your mouth.
It gets in the mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that. So that's why I'm usually always clean shaven.
Yeah. No, this just like I said, either it grows or it goes, and it was finally time to go.
I don't have a heavy beard. I'm not hairy. Thank goodness. I don't have hairy arms or hairy back, or I don't have a thick beard. So it's pretty easy to shave every day. So people are amazed sometimes. I didn't have to use shaving cream. I can just dry shave with a razor and it falls off like that. I'm like a Mexican Chihuahua hairless dog.
Ooh.
What?
That's
like a hairless dog?
That's interesting.
That's me. Well, we're from Chihuahua.
Oh.
That's where my grandfather's from, Chihuahua. So I'm like a Chihuahua.
There you go.
Hairless Chihuahua is what we are. Anyway, today is Box Office Blitz. We've got tickets to give away to go to the movies, to Roadhouse Cinema. So we'll give away a pair every hour on the program during our Box Office Blitz. So I have all of that coming up and an opportunity for you to win season tickets. Just a quick reminder, if you want to win Arizona football season tickets, it's easy. Go to wildcatsradio1290.com, submit a photo that shows how much of an Arizona Wildcat fan you are, and you can win 4 season tickets. We will pick winners weekly for that. So all of that coming up on the program. Dragon Ball, I hope you had a nice weekend.
I did. Nearly had a run with a javelina, but that's neither here nor there.
That's not on the rundown of things we're talking about today. What do you mean you almost had a run-in with a javelina?
Went out for late night stargazing, and
with your girl.
yeah, and
Okay, that's your first problem right there.
Yeah.
So we want to go be romantic, and I took her. We held hands, and we went out and stargazed. And while we were looking up at the stars, I don't know what does a javelina sound.
Well, I'll tell you, javelina didn't make a sound. What made a sound was the garbage can that was nearby that decided to start rattling around next to us.
So you took your girl stargazing in the dumpsters.
We were looking over the city. It was not
near.
It was
near
just
festering garbage.
Well, no, not near, but it was loud enough that we could hear it from like across the little area that we
when
had
I think
set
romance with my girl, I don't. One of the things I think I automatically do, and maybe this is just because I've been married for almost 25 years. We're gonna have our 25th wedding anniversary next year. Mm-hmm. One of the things that we try not to do when we have romantic evenings is do it in close proximity to garbage cans.
This is fair.
It's just one of those little things that help you stay married for 25 years. If you're going to have a picnic or you're going to stargaze, do it away from refuse.
This is fair. This is a fair argument. This is a fair argument
I think
to have.
this is good advice I'm giving you.
This is good
Again,
advice.
Mr. Romance, Rich Herrera, helping you out today.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. All right, let's see. What do I want to do right now? How about we get to what's rattling? Oh, no. Sorry, I messed up. It's been a couple days since we've done the show. I got to tell everybody our text question, right?
Oh, yes.
I will text you.
Yes, you will text me. Here's the deal. We've spent ungodly amounts of money putting in a text line. And the folks at corporate were not happy that we spent that much money. So they said, hey, Herrera, you better get people to text into the program. So if you want to text into the show just to talk to us, you can. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Text the word Rich to 520-848-1290. But I have a text question I throw out to begin the program every day just to remind everybody you can't text us. You can't text message us during the show, and if I like it, I'll read it. If not, Dragon Ball will respond back to you because you read them all, don't you?
I try to read them all after the show.
Well, what does that do after the show?
Well, because I'm not.
People want to know right now. It's come on, baby. It's instantaneous. It's 2022.
I know. I got other things I got to do back here.
No, we watched you on the Dragon Ball cam.
I got to make sure everything is being.
Man, you were just pasty today.
Yeah, it's bright.
Yeah, it's
real bright.
It is bright and pasty in there today. Quickly, I'll take that off of you very quickly. just listen. I got a lot of sun at camp.
Yes,
I
you
should have
did.
taken you out to camp with me.
That'd have been.
I got the best farmer's tan ever.
See, the thing is, you wouldn't be seeing me pale. You'd be seeing me peeling skin off as we were doing the show. Would have been the problem because I would have just burned to a crisp.
Oh yeah, no, I've got a good layer right now, getting ready for the school year.
Yep.
Here's my text question of the day. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Text the word Rich. Simple question. Now look at Dragon Ball right there. Turn around. Let me see profile. Okay, nice clean haircut. You saw this weekend was the World Mullet Championships. Did you see that?
No, I did not
Yeah,
because I refused to look at the mullet.
Okay, so I just have a question for you, Tucson, and you better be honest with me. Text me right now, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Text the word Rich and answer this question. And you got to put your name on it. Have you ever had a mullet? I think we all have had a mullet at one time if you're over the age of 30. And now under the age of 30, I saw kids at school moving into the dorms with mullets.
There was not only are there some kids moving into college with mullets, there are kids younger than that. I
saw that.
It's dangerous to watch the Little League World Series right now.
Oh.
There's a couple of those kids with some mean mullets going on in the Little League World Series.
Yeah, it is something. All right. So text me right now, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. That's the number for you to text into us. Text the word Rich. Just tell me yes or no, along with your name, because if you have a mullet, I'm going to call you out. Have you ever had a mullet? Text me at 520-848-1290. But right now, let's see what's rattling around in my big old head.
Warning.
The following segment might trigger some listeners, and 1290 does not take responsibility for the following content.
What the hell is going on?
It's time for the list as we explore the sick, twisted mind of our host, Rich Herrera.
And that's when things got bad.
And the list of things he is thinking about in that huge size 8 Chrome Magnum head of his.
Look at the size of that boy's head. That's like an orange on a toothpick.
You're gonna give the boy a complex.
Well, that's a huge noggin. Has its own weather system.
It does. It really does. All right, what's going on in my sick, twisted head? Arizona finished training camp on Saturday. Now it's time to get ready for the season. All right, so what did I see at camp this year? I saw that the enthusiasm was there. I love the new strength and conditioning staff. But what I love even more is you're seeing the hard work pay off for Jed Fish and his staff on the football side. You've got better athletes. You've got bigger athletes. You've got faster athletes. You've got stronger athletes. You've got athletes that you didn't have for the last 5 years around Arizona football. And you can tell the difference in the quality of play and the flashes that you see. And when I say flashes, every once in a while there's a play that you see, you turn your head and go, wow, what was that? Was it Tetairoa McMillan? Was it Jacob Cowing? Was it Dorian Singer? Was it Michael Wiley? Was it Speedy Luke? Was it Hunter Eccles? Was it my man, Ciro, Christian Roland Wallace? Was my man, Christian Young? You saw flashes during camp. And that's what you need right now. Flashes of excellence during camp. Then they put it all together. So yesterday was the first close practice, which means they're starting to install and get ready for San Diego State. I still haven't heard yet whether we're going to be allowed to go out to practice tomorrow or not. But I believe we'll have another press availability after practice on Tuesday and I think Thursday. And then next Monday, they get into their routine, and we'll have Jed Fish's press conference on Monday and Thursday here on Wildcats Radio 1290. I'm ready for the season to get going. We do have college football this weekend, so I'm kind of excited about that. The games aren't great. I don't know why I know somewhere in the back of my head I remember why they play 0-week games. But I wish they'd at least have one awesome game this weekend. Just one. Give me one awesome game this weekend. But you know what? I'll take it. I get college football this weekend, which excites me. Let's see. What else? Oh, did you see this, Dragon Ball?
What's that?
The remote control golf ball at the BMW Championship?
Yes.
Go ahead.
That was a bit of an embarrassing moment.
That was a clown show from that fan. Do you have the sound?
Yes, I do.
All right, here's Rory McIlroy at the BMW Championship, and as they're on the green, some clown throws a remote control golf ball out there and tries to knock it into the hole. Here's what it sounded like.
You think this is a maple motor shot?
I don't know. Rory doesn't seem too happy with somebody. What's going on here?
Is there a remote control ball there? Oh, it's going to be hard to control from the water.
So Rory knocks it away twice. Like, the ball's just kind of like rolling around on the green, so he knocks it away once, and the ball with the remote control comes back towards the cup, and he knocks it away again, and the guy with the remote control comes back one more time, so Rory picks the ball up, and he throws it into the lake. So, number one, where's Rory from? He's not American, is he?
No, he is not.
No, European. Irish, to be exact.
Irish, yeah.
I was very proud of him. Nice throw. Because he didn't play baseball as a kid growing up, so I don't know if he can throw a ball or not. Because they play footy over there, right?
Well, they play footy, but they also play cricket.
Oh, shut up.
They do.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut
That's an you have an overhand throw in cricket.
I was just being facetious with the footy.
Right.
And then you just took it. It just went way over the top.
Oh, boy, that is a good point.
I'm just saying, they do have sports where you do over-the-shoulder throws in England.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, it was a pretty good throw by Rory as he threw the ball. And then the clown, I don't know how he got out. I don't know how he got inside the ropes. And he walked out there and he's like, oh, my golf ball. Okay, first of all, I wish somebody would have beat him up.
Well,
That guy deserved to get beat up.
He did get kind of ousted pretty bad by the
no.
police.
I wanted somebody. I wanted. Who got attacked at the Hollywood Bowl? Dave Chappelle's bodyguards to get a hold of that guy. The guy's like out there, dude, you're a clown. What are you doing bringing that to the golf course? And what are you doing interrupting professionals playing golf? People paid money to go to the BMW Championship, not to see you stand there and play with your iPhone. And then he was like offended that he got thrown out.
That was just the thing, though. If you watch the video, that was not an iPhone that he was using to control it. That was a full-on, like, actual, remote control. It looked like what you would use for, like, a remote control, airplane that you would send out.
Or like a remote control car, like the good one.
Like a boat, like a mini sailboat. Like, it was a hefty little remote.
I hope his remote control got broken. The controller as he threw it. I looked it up. I couldn't find a remote control golf ball. The closest I found, they cost about $30.
Right.
For cheap ones. That one, if that one is like that, it must have been more expensive.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope it got smashed and broken. And I hope you're going to get fined and banned from ever being able to go to a golf tournament again.
His picture when he was getting removed by the police is actually very funny. He looks so disappointed. He looks so...
What did he expect to happen?
I think he expected...
What a jack wagon.
I mean, I think that he was honestly expecting Rory to be in on the joke or something.
How?
No, I don't know how, but I think that was his idea.
I've done stupid things in my life, folks. I do a lot of stupid things in my life. I've never done anything that stupid, Dragon Ball.
Right.
Never. Have you ever done anything that stupid?
No. Not
I said,
in a situation
I've
where
done
I would get
stupid
removed
things.
from an event.
Like, what's the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life? I swiped a cap and gown once and I walked through a graduation on a dare. That could be the dumbest thing I've ever done. But I didn't hurt anybody. What are you looking at?
Wait,
I love the look on your face right there. Wait a minute. Let me put the Dragon Ball cam on.
What? Where did you swipe a cap and gown?
Well, you know I wasn't a very good student.
Well, no. Okay.
Right.
All pretense aside.
We were drinking. Most good stories start with we were drinking.
Right.
And one of my buddies had a girlfriend that was graduating from USC.
Okay.
So, when you go through those huge graduations, they don't actually give you your diploma. They just give you an empty piece, an empty folder, right? What did you get?
I got a plaque saying that I had I got like a little
Did it have your name in it, or it didn't have your real diploma? Did it?
Well, no, it had I had my
a card,
a card on it that said it.
So I said, "Let me see your diploma," and she goes, "Well, they don't give it to us." I go, "Well, that's a ripoff. Heck, I should just walk across." And she goes, "I dare you," and I'm like, "Don't dare me." So I grabbed her hat, and then once you graduate, because they rented the gowns, they threw them in a laundry basket. So I grabbed one of the gowns. I got one of the cards and wrote Albert B. Bundy. You know who that is, right?
Yeah.
Al Bundy.
Yeah.
And I wrote that on the card that you hand to the person that reads the names. And I got in line, and I walked across, and they read, Albert B. Bundy, Bachelor of Science.
You at the very least, not by your own name, but your image walked across the stage at USC.
Uh-huh. Shorts and flip-flops underneath the gown.
Well, I mean, I can't say anything about that because I wore a T-shirt under mine. So
when I get in line, the kid behind me is looking at me like, "Who are you?" And I said, "Hey, it's just a gag, man." He goes, "Oh, that's cool, bro. Go ahead." So we get up to the front, and there's a guy checking a list, or he's just kind of like shaking everybody's hands. And I said, "Dude, who's that?" And he gave me the name of the professor. I said, "What's he do?" He's the head of the department. He's making sure that everybody's legit in line. I'm like, "Oh, man. All my friends are watching, so I can't get out of line. In for a penny, in for a pound, right?"
Right.
So I get to the front of the line, tells me the guy's name. I go and I give him like the real alpha male handshake where you grab him, pull him in close to you, put your hand behind his elbow, and really pull him in forehead to say hello. Sir, you're not going to remember this, but when I was a freshman, I didn't think I'd ever be here. In fact, I have friends that right now can't believe that I'm standing up here about to walk across stage. And I don't know if you remember, but you're my inspiration. And, there are a couple times where I didn't think I'd make it, and you had such kind words to say to me like right now, and I just got to tell you how much I really appreciate you. And he goes, and he had my card. He goes, Albert, I always knew you could do it. I had faith in you all 4 years here. I said, thanks, sir. All right, my turn, right? And he goes, yes, sir, Albert. Walk up there proudly. So he hands the card to the speaker. Albert B. Bundy, Bachelor of Science. And I walked across. Man. I got it. I got the diploma. I started jumping up and down like an idiot and then walked across the stage. So all my friends were just laughing. I won some money.
I would love to go back to find that professor, be like, oh yeah, I knew he wasn't a real student, but he went in so hard with the story, I figured I had to let him walk.
Yeah.
Man.
That's not as bad as having a remote control golf ball at the BMW championship.
No, it's also not as bad as getting removed because you didn't get removed by police.
No.
And you didn't have any piece of technological equipment shattered as you left.
That's right.
Or at the very least lost at the bottom of the
I didn't pay for a drink the rest of the day. And I did return the cap and gown, so nobody ended up forfeiting their deposit.
And to be fair, I don't think you needed to be paying for drinks. In fact, you probably should have been drinking it all after that story was done because that's what got it started in the first place.
That's true. All good stories start with, well, this one day I was drinking.
Yeah.
What else is rattling around in my big old head right now? Do you see Aqib Talib's leaving Thursday Night Football before it even starts?
I'm not surprised. I don't necessarily think this is a good time for Aqib Talib to be in the public eye right now, particularly with
regardless, how did he ever get on Thursday Night Football?
Hey, look, there's a lot of former players that get on. No,
but he was public enemy number 1 for a while in the National Football League. He was a model of what not to do. Do you remember when he got in trouble for beating up the cab driver?
I remember when he got in trouble for beating up the cab driver. I know.
Do you know whose fault that is?
What?
Mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Back when he's in Tampa?
Yeah. You know, I'm responsible for that.
How did that happen?
So we were at a party because, that's how Rich runs, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got a blue check mark, so I am expected to go to the big-time parties, the elite parties. I do party with rock stars, and rock stars want to party with me.
This is true.
I told you I've walked the red carpet with Paris Hilton, and I went to the same party as Aqib Talib. So we are coming out of this. It was an art gallery that they used for nightclubs. So a buddy of mine was the DJ. It was a pretty big deal. I think it was. I can't remember if it was Super Bowl week or not. Anyway, it was a really big to do that they opened up this gallery. So me and all my buddies went because we were on the VIP list. So I walked the red carpet. Of course, that's the way I roll, folks. That's the way I roll. So I'm leaving, and I had taken a cab because I'm responsible. Right. So if I drink, I don't drive.
No, and no one ever should.
That's right. Uber or cabs for me, baby. I always tell people a $100 cab ride is a lot cheaper than a $10,000 DUI.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a cab.
And you can still go ahead and get in a car after a $10,000 DUI.
Bingo. So I took a cab. So I go to get a cab. They're out there in front, so I wave down a cab. Cab pulls up. It's a bigger cab. It's like a van.
Right.
So a little cab pulls up behind him that just takes 2 people. This one took probably 8. So Talib is behind me in the cab stand line, and he's got his entourage of like 6, 7 people with him. And they're looking like, oh, man, we're just getting that little cab right there. So he said, bro, do you want this one? I'll just take the next one behind you. And he goes, yeah, man. He gave me the handshake and the bro hug, and they get in the cab. They take off. I get in the smaller cab. That was the cab driver where everybody was messing around, and Talib got mad and ended up punching the cab driver in the back of the head. That was the cab that I gave up to let him get into it. So I'm the one who put him in that cab.
When you get into a cab with 6 people and it's already been a long party before that, I feel like that's inviting for potential. Thing is, there needed to be, okay, full disclosure for this. I'm always the guy that goes with a group of people, and I have no problem being with the group of people if I want to go out.
You're the DD.
I will always be the DD, even if we're not taking my car, if we're taking a taxi.
Right, you're responsible.
I'm the wrangler of everybody to go ahead and make sure.
You're the mother hen.
Yes. And I worry that in situations like that, it's just that there was not a mother hen or a person that was in charge of everybody else's attitudes, and their best state of mind was not being looked out for. I think everybody might have had a bit of an issue. So in situations like that, yes, you want to go ahead and have, you want to take the Uber home and things like that. But even if you do that, make sure there's at least one friend of yours that will be DDing regardless, just because they can go ahead and watch out to make sure you don't say or do anything you'll be regretting after the fact.
Bingo. So anyway, I put Talib in that cab that ended up costing him a fine.
Pretty penny, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I should have kept the big van.
I don't know, because then there probably would have been more of a fight over the space in the back seat of the other smaller cab. That could have been a problem too.
So anyway, that was something on my list that's been rattling around. And then I've gone really, really long. I need to talk about this Manti Te'o Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I've not seen it. I've heard good things.
I'm going to talk about that coming up next. All of that is on the agenda here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Hey, Wildcats Radio 1290 presents Walk on Wednesdays. Dave and Buster's, brought to you by Goodfellas AC. It's your chance to take on Arizona basketball walk-on players with some friendly competition. Dave and Buster's in Tucson on Wednesday, August 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. Everybody's invited. You can register to win a $250 cash card with a $250 Dave & Buster's prize pack. For more information, go to wildcatsradio1290.com. Coming up, if you've seen the Netflix Manti Te'o video, documentary is what they call it. It was outstanding. We'll talk about that next year at 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it and tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're
a
tied.
huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps into the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
We will give you a chance to win Arizona football tickets all day long. Don't forget the McHale Center box office number is 621-CATS or visit ArizonaWildcats.com to purchase tickets to see Jed Fish and the Wildcats all season long.
All right, coming up, I think next week we'll start giving away tickets for Arizona football. Today we have Roadhouse Cinema tickets we're going to give away. So we'll do that this hour. I've got to do a full box office blitz today. Steve Tannen's going to join us in about 10 minutes or so, Dragon Ball?
10 minutes there,
yeah. 10 minutes or so. Steve Tannen's from our sister station in Eugene, Oregon. There was a huge tweet this morning that got everybody aflutter. Came out around 9 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock. I was on my way to work. My phone starts blowing up. That Brett McMurphy tweeted out that the Big Ten was in talks, kicking the tires, I believe is the way they put it, kicking the tires with the Oregon Ducks. And like, oh my gosh, Armageddon is upon us. What are we going to do? No. This is awful. Oh, no. And everything was blowing up.
Armageddon is almost upon us. I got news for you. It's already here.
And I thought, is this the day that the Pac-12 dies? Because I just been sitting there waiting for these phone calls to happen or these text messages or tweets to come out. But it turned out that the folks at Nike more than likely were kicking the tires. Oregon's getting a new team president. The athletic director is not involved in this, nor was Kevin Warren, the guy who's trying to ruin college sports in the Big Ten. So we'll get to the bottom of that with Steve Tannen from Eugene coming up in about 10 minutes from now. But I do want to talk about this Matt Taiteo Netflix show. Have you seen it, Dragon Ball?
I've not seen it yet. I put it on my watch list right now.
I watched it only because I saw it coming out, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this. I remember the Matt Taiteo thing, and I thought, oh, this is going to be silly, dumb, whatever. And Jane DeLaura had talked about it, commented after practice. I think it was on Saturday, and I go, you know what? He was, and Jaden was really sincere about people should watch this show because it tells you what really happened with Matt Taiteo. And I'm like, I remember talking about it. I remember covering it when I worked in Tampa, and it was a big story that everybody in the country was talking about. And it was one of those, whenever anything escapes the sports page and goes to the regular news page, the regular news people screw it up. Just the same way most of the time when it leaves the news page and moves over to the sports page, most of us in sports can't handle it. When we get out of our lanes, we usually mess it up. And I was like, I kind of remember what happened, and there was a big deal. And I remember all the mean, nasty things people were saying. And I'm like, you know what? DeLaura made a really good, compelling argument to see it. So I'm like, I'm going to sit and watch it. So I got up Sunday morning, and I was enthralled. I woke up early. It was like 6:30. I'm like, you know what? I can either go back to sleep or I can watch this Manti Te'o thing, because I kept thinking about it all night after listening to Jaden DeLaura, the Arizona Wildcat quarterback, talk about it. I said, I'm going to watch this. And it was a Netflix sports documentary. I hadn't seen many sports documentaries on Netflix, so I wasn't sure what I was going to get. Folks, it was amazing. I couldn't get enough. I binge watched both shows back to back on Sunday morning and couldn't step away. I'll probably watch it again. It was that good. And it shows you a couple things. It shows you that America, we love to build people up. Oh, do we love to build people up and make them bigger than life heroes? That's one of the things we do better than anybody else in the world, is building people up. But it also shows the media that will build you up to no end is ruthless, bloodsuckers, and will tear you down just as quick as they build you up, and they won't think twice about ruining somebody's life. You know, there's a reason why people don't trust the media and they think the media sucks. And one of them is the media will ruin your life and then move on like some kind of monster, like some kind of sci-fi monster that will come and suck the life out of a planet and then move on to another and not think anything about it. And it really shows you how once things blew up, the media was ruthless. And this is before social media, so they're even worse now. And when they tore down Manti Te'o, they didn't care who got hurt in this. The folks at Deadspin, I've always thought they were scumbags. Now I know they're scumbags. I've always thought that they were the most horrible people in the world. I saw what they did to Sean Salisbury. They took pleasure and joy in destroying Sean Salisbury's life. Sean is someone that I worked with at the old Sports Fan Radio Network. I remember them tearing Sean Salisbury apart simply because they could. And then the Manti Te'o thing was really how they got their mark on the world. And just watching the two guys that broke the story, one of them, I wanted to just reach out and smack, because he was just so smug. And the fact that he destroyed someone else's life and didn't think anything about it. That's one of the reasons why people dislike the media. It shows how when we build kids up and we put them in this unattainable situation of putting them on this pedestal, and they're not ready for it, it could destroy a man's life, and it certainly did with Manti Te'o, ruining I think it ruined his NFL career, because he could never get past what happened with this. And I was thinking about it. I'm kind of not proud of myself. But like I was listening to Pac-12 network radio on my way in, and they were talking about it, and they're like, yeah, I was making fun. The guys were like, I made fun of him like everybody else. I think I made a little bit of fun of him because it was Notre Dame, and I'm not a Notre Dame fan. So it's just an easy pot shot at Notre Dame. But when people started questioning everything from his sexuality to whether he was involved in this, and people just started making things up on the fly and talking about him as if they were gospel written in stone, I said, whoa, wait a minute. And I remember sticking up for Manti Te'o going, wait a minute. You guys are assuming all this stuff. You don't know any of this. You don't know what's going on. And I remember getting beat to heck by my coworkers and collars. Oh, Rich, stop being so blah, 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 blah. And it turned out, here's a kid who, I'll tell you a quick story. You're going to see it. This is going to ruin it for you because it's so good.
Right.
Here's a kid who is from Hawaii, went to Notre Dame, where he was a fish out of water. You've got someone who's LDS, he was Mormon, going to the biggest Catholic institution in the world, going from the tropics to the frozen Midwest, and he was just lonely beyond anything. Even though he's playing football in Polynesian culture, it's faith, family, and football. He had the football, but he didn't have the family, and he didn't have the faith. because he was having a hard time adjusting to a super Catholic religious institution being Mormon. I'm Catholic, and I get that part. But as he's out there and he's all alone and he's having great, tremendous success, but all the weight of the world is on this kid's shoulder, I think he was susceptible to someone with poor intentions, with bad intentions, getting close to him. And this person pretending to be a woman on Facebook catfished him before we knew what catfishing was. Mm-hmm. And he's far from home, without his family, without his friends, and started growing closer and closer to this pen pal, to the point where he fell in love with this pen pal. And the person that was doing it was so devious that they created this whole thing and then broke his heart by saying she died, and then came back later and said, no, I'm really still alive. Let me explain all this to you. It goes into great detail on how he was hoodwinked. And then it shows how he got stuck once he found out it was all a lie, and the media had built him up, and then what do you do next? And how he's never able to shake it. It is amazing. And basically, I'm glad I said pump the brakes on the people at the time that were all over Manti Te'o. I just had a local show. I didn't have a national show, so I wasn't talking about it that much. But I tell you what, Manti Te'o got screwed by all of us. America screwed over Manti Te'o because they built him up, and then the media tore him right back down. And I feel for that kid. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. It's that good. All right, coming up in the program, I'm going to get you an update on what's going on in Eugene, Oregon. We'll do that with Steve Tannen coming up next.
Yep.
Coming up next. All right, coming up next, Steve Tannen joins us from our sister station in Eugene, Oregon. But before we do that, hey, let's give away some tickets, shall we?
The Wildcats Radio 1290 box office is now open.
We feel that right away. It's just refreshing.
With tickets to ball games, concerts, movies.
Surely you can't be serious.
And more.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Start calling at 520-848-1290 to win. Good luck from Wildcats Radio 1290.
Best part of this is having you lip sync all the lines. All right, coming up. Right now it's time for box office splits. What do you want to go with?
I'll go with caller number 5.
5 for Manti Te'o.
Manti Te'o, yep.
Manti Te'o, caller number 5. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Caller number 5, you win tickets to Roadhouse Cinema's best place in Tucson to watch a movie. Coming up after that, Steve Tannen from our sister station in Eugene. What's the latest with the Ducks? Are they bolting? We'll find out.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down, and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it and tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the hand off. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry. Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out, the locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's a
tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends.
This is David Amata, and here's what's trending on 1290 here at 3:47. There will be a new sport at the University of Arizona in 2023 after Dave Hickey announced that the Wildcats will now have women's triathlon in their fall schedule. And the preseason comes to an end for Cardinals defensive lineman J.J. Watt after the team announced that he tested positive for COVID and he will be held out of the team's finale later on this week. While they both sat Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield in the second preseason game for the Panthers, Carolina did announce that Baker Mayfield will be the team starter week 1 against the Browns. And the Alabama Crimson Tide lead the way on the AP All-American team as Heisman Trophy winner Bryce Young and 3 of his teammates all made the list. That's what's trending locally and nationally on 1290. Still more to come on the Rich Herrera Show. This is Wildcats Radio, 1290.
Rich Herrera on Wildcats Radio 1290.
We continue with you here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Rich Herrera with you. Appreciate you hanging out with us on this Monday. This morning, Twitter blew up with a report from Brett McMurphy saying that, oh my gosh, the folks in Eugene and Oregon are in active discussions with the Big Ten, seeing if they're a fit. Well, our friend John Canzano also threw out a tweet that, yeah, absolutely, but it's not the people that are in charge in Eugene that are talking to the Big Ten. More than likely, it is the folks at Nike and Phil Knight that are talking to the Big Ten, but that's kind of old news. So let's unpack all of this with Steve Tannen from our sister station, KUGZ up in Eugene, to get the latest on what's going on with the Oregon Ducks. So, Steve, when I started emailing you this morning in a panic, I thought, oh, my gosh, is Armageddon finally here? Are we finally going to see the Ducks jump to the Big Ten? What's the latest?
I'll tell you what the latest is. Whoever started Twitter back in 2009 made us all headline addicts. So you see something like that, you click on it, and I've always had to teach myself, breathe, read, and get down to at least the second paragraph. And like we said, Brett McMurphy sent out the tweet, and first of all, I don't think it's unreasonable to think that Oregon or Cal or Stanford or Washington, the bigger schools left in the original Pac-8, Pac-10 country would be interested in the Big Ten based on what we learned last week, that $7 billion TV contract. But then you get to the next paragraph, and it's like, well, the president, Michael Schill, is outgoing. He's not involved. The athletic director at Oregon, nope, Rob Mullins isn't involved. Kevin Warren, the commissioner of the Big Ten, he's not involved. So rumor, and plus I think everybody also needs to take a breath in that this year and next year, the next two full football and basketball seasons, it's still the Pac-12 with USC and UCLA. So I think they use the word kicking the tires. That's where we are. If the salesman comes my way right now, it's like, I'm just looking. Leave me alone.
Wow. All right, that's a lot to unpack. Steve Tannen joining us from our sister station in Eugene, Oregon. What's the temperature for the Oregon Duck fans? Are they all in the Pac-12? Are they looking longingly at the Big Ten? Are they looking at USC, UCLA going, well, guys, we want to come with you too?
Yeah, you mentioned there is kind of it's threefold. There's the older fans who are just like, there's no way we could leave this conference. They've been here for 100 years, and while there's a part that's like it's never going to be the same with USC and UCLA to try and rebuild, kind of stay behind, and whether it's a San Diego State or a Boise State, kind of work out a new deal, Pac-12 Network, ESPN, whether it's CBS, ABC, whatever TV partners you can come up with and sustain. Then I would say the second strongest mentality is, to be perfectly cold, screw everybody else. What's best for Oregon, that's what they want to do next.
Well, and when I talked to Lincoln Riley at Pac-12 Media Day, that's exactly what he said. He said, we made the best deal for the University of Southern California, and it was all about USC, and it wasn't about anybody else. And I bet there's fans in every school in this conference that are thinking, well, what's best for us? And I'm not sure what's best for the Oregon Ducks. It's interesting that Eugene's not a huge TV market, but the brand with Phil Knight is so powerful that it is the best-looking girl at the dance, and everybody wants a chance to dance with her.
Yeah, Oregon, like you said, I think technically we're market 152. But, whether it was the Ohio State game last year, when Oregon is on national TV, they draw a lot of eyeballs. And like you said, it's because it's become a national brand, which is one of the reasons that people are so excited, to get onto the football, is because this coaching staff is so young. They've only known Oregon as a national brand. So when I guess the numbers start to roll out from ESPN, I think we'll realize what's more realistic, what's best for Oregon, or what's best for the conference, if that makes sense.
Steve Tannen joining us from our sister station in Eugene, Oregon, reacting to the tweet that almost broke the Pac-12's back this morning, and then all of a sudden cooler heads prevailed. Yeah. The folks from Eugene, not necessarily from the University of Oregon, are kicking the tires, mainly those in Beaverton, I guess is the best way to put it, are kicking the tires about the Big Ten and maybe going over there, but nobody from the university is involved in that. Tell me about the influence of Phil Knight and what Phil wants to see happen.
Yeah, he apparently was here with one of his right-hand men, Tinker Hatfield, who, for folks who don't recognize the name, he basically designed the Air Jordans. And there was a time in the late 80s where after the second edition, Michael Jordan was actually thinking of moving to Adidas. He came up with the Jordan 3s and designed like those from the through the Jordan 15s, and in a lot of ways saved Nike and allowed it to become the beast it is. So I'm sure Phil and his people And what's confusing is, what would their role be? Would it be financial backing? Would it be, look, everybody stay in the Pac-12, we'll get a couple more teams, and we'll provide the outfitting, and we'll get creative with our design, and we'll try to make everybody a national brand. But as to what he could, I mean, he's not a chancellor, he's not a school president, he just writes big checks. So you wonder what say he could really have about the future of college football as far as just X amount of power conferences.
Well, and again, the Knight family has ties to Oregon, obviously, through Phil, but they also have ties to Stanford as well through his wife. And it's interesting. I mean, I've seen things as crazy as, hey, maybe you cut Nike in as a 13th member of this conference with an equity stake and have them take all that Nike magic that they have in Beaverton and make this Pac-12 brand something special.
Yeah, it's like we've heard people refer to Oregon as the University of Nike. Well, maybe we'll actually start to see a University of Nike. But like you said, well, first of all, right now it would only be an 11th entity, and it's confusing in that we've seen high-powered, big-ticket boosters. T. Boone Pickens at Oklahoma State, obviously Phil Knight here, and it goes on and on. But what say they actually have as far as what really drives the bus, the media rights, the TV money, and all that? It's just I haven't heard anyone offer me an explanation that'll say, well, if Phil Knight and Nike do this, they could stabilize this conference and we won't miss USC and UCLA going to the Big Ten. I haven't heard that explanation yet.
Steve Tanner joining us right now from Eugene, Oregon, our sister station up there where he covers the Oregon Ducks. Real quick, we have been looking to see what's going on with the regents for the University of California, UCLA, and Cal, and now the regents are putting up a roadblock. I'm not sure how big of a roadblock for UCLA's exit from the Pac-12. One of the things I've been wondering about is what's going to go on in the Great Northwest, Washington State. Will the state of Washington bind those two together so one can't leave the other? What about in Oregon? What's the thoughts on the connection and how strong is it between Eugene and Corvallis? Could Oregon ever leave Oregon State behind?
Well, if the money's right and it's like we said earlier, if it's what's best for the Ducks, I don't think that there's even a doubt. I mean, if you go back now, what is it, 12, 13 years, I never thought we would in a million years see a divorce between Texas and Texas A&M. And look what happened when the Aggies left for the SEC. Of course, now the Longhorns are coming behind them. I just think, and it's really callous, and I think it's just a brutal commentary on not only society but the sports we follow. It's going to be what stabilizes them financially. I just think the thought of Civil War, Oregon State, the proximity being just 45 miles, and, after the game the next day, you live and work with Beaver fans and Duck fans, and that's all wonderful, and it's personal, and it's local, but we're not the ones making the decision. And certainly the decision, I don't have to tell you, is not going to be made with people's hearts and emotions. It's going to be made with their ledgers and checkbooks.
By the way, are we calling it the Civil War anymore, or are we supposed to call it something more genteel?
Yeah, well, it's not the Civil War anymore. They haven't come up with an alternative name. I just use that so people understand I'm talking about Oregon and Oregon State.
Hey, I don't care what Florida, Georgia says. I still call it the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, whether they tell me can or not. Unless I get a cease and desist like Michael Buffer throws out, to me it's still going to be the Civil War, and it's still going to be the world's biggest outdoor cocktail party until someone tells me legally I can't say that. Steve Channon joining us from our sister station up in Eugene. One quick football question for you. The Pac-12's honor is going to be at stake when the Oregon Ducks take on the Georgia Bulldogs. Give me your thoughts on that game.
It's one of those deals where they've installed the Bulldogs as anywhere from a 15 to a 17-point favorite, which is pretty substantial. And I don't know that Georgia has graduated just yet to that reload. And if Oregon has a shot, it's playing them week one, because as solid as the Georgia offense was last year, let's face it, it was a defense that was like historic and dominating. And they had 8 players, 8 starters drafted into the NFL. So if they're in reload mode, I would imagine they're still going to be really good, but better by week 3 than the start of conference play. So I think if Oregon has their shot, it's to get them week 1 as they're starting to kind of still trying to figure out who's going to replace Nakobe Dean and some of those studs. So that's my hope, is that they're going to get a Georgia team week 1, a Georgia team who will be better as the season moves along.
I got a chance to talk with Dan Lanning during Pac-12 Media Day. I was very impressed for short time that I spent with him. I look for good things out of the Ducks this year.
Yeah, could I just say one? I told somebody this the other day. He's 36 years old. So those who are familiar with the first great era of Oregon football, the Joey Harrington years, he was entering his freshman year of high school when Harrington left. His offensive coordinator, Kenny Dillingham, was 11. So this staff just views this program. You know, we've heard from Mario Cristobal and Chip Kelly and Willie Taggart. This was a stepping stone. A lot of these really young coaches grew up only knowing Oregon as this national brand and successful. And the hope is this is kind of finally a group of coaches who sees this university as their destination.
Well, you look at all the coaches that have come out of Oregon. I had the good fortune of sitting next to Justin Wilcox, an Oregon Duck, and Mike Bellotti at dinner during Pac-12 Media Day. We were going through all the great coaches that have come out of Oregon. It is amazing when you go back to Rich Brooks and Bellotti and everybody that's come off that Oregon family tree. It is an impressive place and lineage for coaching.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, if you go back 25 years ago, it was just starting when Bellotti got the gig in 1995. What it's grown into is something I think older Duck fans never could have dreamed of, but yet here it is.
Wow. Well, we will look forward to seeing the Oregon Ducks on the 8th of October. We'll see how the Cats look. We'll see how well the Ducks are rolling at that point, and we're going to catch up with you way before then. Steve, I appreciate you taking time joining us.
All right, no problem. Always good to talk to you guys. Be well.
Thank you so much. Steve Tannen joining us from our sister station up in Eugene. We'll continue. This is Wildcats Radio 12.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Rare. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down. That was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're
a
tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Wow, how about that for a tweet that got everybody all upset and then turned out to be nothing?
I mean, you go from going back in the olden days where it was the face that launched 1,000 ships in Helen of Troy, and now all of a sudden it's the tweet that launched 1,000 angry emojis.
John Canzano, who I think is just nails. If you haven't subscribed to his newsletter, you should. He pointed out, and I got it. Where do I have it? I have it here somewhere. I printed it out. I thought I brought it in here. Anyway, he pointed out the fact that there is a new school president. The president of Oregon is leaving, I believe, for Northwestern. So there's really not anybody per se that's in charge right now. There's the athletic director, but new incoming president. So there's no big movement, and you're not going to do that with an interim president making such a monumental decision as jumping ship. And remember, what did I tell you from the very, very beginning? You're going to have people that are going to be leaking stuff out to help their cause. I'm not saying Brent McMurphy is a shill for the Big Ten, but certainly you're going to get media members that are going to get stories thrown their way to manipulate it. And you see it. You know the best place you see it, Dragon Ball, is in the National Football League.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have Adam Schefter, who is a mouthpiece for a lot of the agents.
And some would argue that he's the reason why Tom Brady came back, because Schefter was the one who broke his retirement.
Okay, then you have Chris Mortensen, who was always having a great relationship with owners. Owners leak, agents leak, everybody leaks, not for the good of the game, but to make sure they get their side of the story out there first. Mm-hmm. Mike Florio has built a career on people feeding him information that those people want out in the public stratosphere. So again, I'm going to tell you this, Commissioner. Commissioner Kliavkoff, you need to do more of that, quite honestly. The Pac-12 needs to be better at this game than the Big Ten and the Big 12 is. Because the Big 12 is really good at this. The Big 12 has people that are out there spinning things and throwing things out there and linking things to destabilize the Pac-12. And the Big Ten, because everybody's afraid of the super conference and what Kevin Warren wants to do, everybody's trying to stay on Kevin Warren's good side in the media, so they have no problem shilling for the Big Ten right now. Who's shilling for those of us that are rooting for the Pac-12? I have made it perfectly clear. I am 100% homing for the Pac-12. I want to see this conference stay viable on the West Coast, because I think if we get swept up into having our conference gobbled up by the Big Ten and gobbled up by the Big 12, there's not going to be anybody that's going to represent this part of the country. We just kind of get washed into the abyss if the Pac-12 goes away. Southeastern Conference has a Southeastern Conference Southern flair to it. ACC has that Mid-Atlantic, Coastal Carolina South feeling to it. The Big Ten had a Midwest, solid Midwest corn-fed boys. The Big 12 had a little bit of a Texas drawl all the way up into the lower Midwest for smaller towns, and then we were the surfers and the people in the desert and the Stanford marching band. Out of the Pac-12, we will lose our regional flavor if we are gobbled up into the other conferences. That's why I'm such a strong proponent of staying out here on our own and not, as some people will try to get you to do, think that Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, Utah are trying to jump into the Big 12. Not true. Oregon, are they kicking the tires? Maybe not the University of Oregon, but boosters are. Mm-hmm. But again, it's just kicking the tires. And again, I could tell you right now, I bet you Arizona and Arizona State and Colorado and Utah have had a war game to figure out where the best place for us to be is. If they didn't, then it's malpractice. You have to explore your options and then figure the one that's best for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But a lot of these are just people on a hair trigger waiting to react. Today's program brought to you in part by QC Kinetics. You sick and tired of that pain in your knees and your hip and your back? Are you tired of getting up on Sunday morning going, oh, I'm going to lay back in bed because this hurts too much? It sucks getting old. QC Kinetics is going to help you, though. They've been helping people all over the country, giving them lasting pain relief from those feelings you get when your back is so sore you can't move, that chronic pain that you have in your knees and your hips. They can fix all this for you. They can help you get lasting pain relief. Isn't that what you're looking for? The science is simple. They concentrate your own body's healing powers and apply them into your aching joints. Hello, it's 2022. Time to step up and find out what's new when it comes to pain relief. Those old remedies are just that. They're old. 2022, try something new and stop living with those pains that keep you from living life the way you want. What do they say, 60 is the new 40? Well, if you feel 60 and you're trying to use stuff that came from the 1980s, it doesn't add up. They got clinics here and all over the country. Academy in Orange Grove here in Tucson. So why don't you do yourself a favor? Call them right now. There's the new way of dealing with joint pain. If you feel like you're in the 80s, don't use 1980s pain relief. Use something from this century. No side effects, no downtime, no surgery, no drugs, no steroids. Give them a call, QC Kinetics. Here's the number for a free consultation, 520-497-4955. That's 520-497-4955. Again, located at Academy and Orange Grove, 520-497-4955, QC Kinetics. All right, time to get to Dragon Ball's football headlines.
Football is a game played by men. Big, physical men. Men with ill intentions who wish to wreak havoc upon their opponents. It's a game based on land acquisition at the expense of your opponent, even if you must sacrifice your own body and health for the good of your team. It can be brutal at times and bloody. It can be painful and punishing. It's played in coliseums in front of rabid, cheering, adoring fans with bloodlust in their eyes. The passion for football cannot be matched by anything else. So to help quench your thirst for all the latest news from the world of football, Wildcats Radio 1290 proudly presents
Dragon Ball's football headlines. Hey, what's a Dragon Ball? Is that a cartoon or something?
No, that's the producer who's going to be reading the headlines. Can you just say the name?
Okay, here's Dragon Ball.
All right, so, Rich, kind of a busy one since we had the weekend, so I'm going to go and get you started right away.
Rapid fire.
This one coming out of New York. The Giants' first-round pick, defensive end Kayvon Thibodeau, did not tear his ACL. That was the good news. He had a sprained MCL. He is reportedly set to miss 3 to 4 weeks is the expectation. And this whole, I don't know if you saw the block that he took. It was not a pretty sight.
Tell me.
He went ahead and he was coming off. It's a running play where the tight end comes across from the opposite side of the field. Tight end tries to go ahead and block Kayvon one-on-one. We saw Kayvon at Oregon.
Right.
Kayvon's not a small guy.
He's huge.
He's a dude that you need to go ahead and...
He's a freak.
You need to put a big athlete on him. The tight end was not a big athlete, and it ended up paying the price because he went low, shoulder to the back end. Like, we're talking, his helmet is closer to Kayvon's back than his chest. And he went low. He didn't hit him in the hip. He dipped down and bent his knee inward.
Ooh.
And nearly everybody held with bated breath. They weren't sure. He waved off the cart. He walked off, went to the tent, got himself checked out. He's expected to miss about 3 to 4 weeks. But they're even saying that he may be ready to go for the season opener against the Tennessee Titans, which to me, if he's expected to miss 3 to 4 weeks with a sprained MCL, maybe don't throw the kid out on a bum leg, on a bum tire against Tennessee.
Did he have a knee brace on?
I think he had a knee brace on when he was walking on the sideline after the block. So I'm a little bit nervous about that.
If you look at the University of Arizona lineman, offensive, defense, whether they have knee injuries or not, they're all wearing knee braces now just for extra support.
Yeah, and when he got the block, he wasn't wearing the brace.
Yeah, put a brace on.
Even then, the way the block hit him, I don't know if the brace would have helped him at all because it was nasty. And I've always been of the mindset that if you're gonna block low and your helmet is towards the back rather than in the gut or in the chest, to me, I don't know why that's not more of akin to a clipping call because it should be.
Well, it's a cut.
Yeah, well, it's a cut block.
It's a cut block as long as you're in the box, then it's legal.
Yeah, if it's in the box, it's legal. But I always felt that if you're going at the guy's side and you go low and if helmet's not in the chest, I've always felt that should be considered a clipping call because it may as well be a guy blocking you in the back. But that's just me. I should probably send Glenn Howell, our Arizona insider, because he's a tight end. This is the guy who threw the block on Kayvon once a tight end. I want to see if he sees that block and he tells me, is that a clean or a dirty block?
All right, you know what? Text him.
I'm going to go and see if I can text him there. So, good news coming out of New York. Kayvon Thibodeau not expected to miss a lot of time because it was just a sprained MCL rather than a torn ACL.
I'll take that.
Now going on to Tampa Bay. Tom Brady has returned to Buccaneers practice today.
Yay!
He is back. However, he will not have his starting guard back with him out in Tampa Bay because the Buccaneers, sadly to say, they've lost another offensive lineman.
So they lost his center and they lost his guard.
They lost his guard. Not to mention they lost the 2 starting guards from last year's team in free agency this last season.
And didn't they lose their center earlier in camp?
Yeah, they lost Ryan Jansen early in camp. It was like around the first preseason camp that they had where pads were on, and he tore his knee. He's out indefinitely, and now they're expected to go ahead and be without their guard Stinney, Aaron Stinney. He's out now with a suffered ACL and MCL from his Saturday game, according to what the team announced today. And I mean, this offensive line for the Bucs, I don't know if Tom Brady wants to be back, considering what this offensive line is perpetually going to look like here.
Potentially going to look like
it is a perpetual mash unit, is what I meant to say.
Are you trying to use as many P words as you can?
As many as possible. I try to be productive.
Don't have any dangly participles.
We're going to leave that be as it is. But again,
don't perpetuate that.
Try not to perpetuate. But again,
pomposity.
Brady's back at camp. for the Buccaneers, but he loses another offensive lineman in the interior, and that's a rough look now for the Bucs. Now going out to Carolina, we now have our official starting quarterback for the Panthers. The Panthers have officially named Baker Mayfield the starter against Cleveland Week 1, which is a surprise to almost nobody. Everyone kind of felt Baker was going to be the starter over Sam Darnold, but this just makes it so that everyone circles that Week 1 game.
I think I might buy a Baker Mayfield jersey. I'm not going to invest in the jersey, but I might buy his T-shirt jersey.
Considering the history with Carolina quarterbacks, I wouldn't want you to go ahead and invest in a quarterback.
No, I'm rooting for Baker Mayfield.
Oh, no, I just mean like in regards to like the Carolina quarterback situation is now becoming akin to what the Browns quarterback situation was since their revival.
Dumpster fire?
That jersey with just the named tape on the back that just kept growing and growing and growing and growing. Since they moved on from Cam Newton, it seems like it's just whoever happens to be on the roster.
Wait a second. Why is that? Have they found his heir apparent yet?
No.
Then that's their fault for not drafting or trading.
This is true.
I look at it, all right, so Cam Newton, and I'm not a Cam Newton fan, never have been, never probably will be. But once he left and you realize that guy wasn't the real deal that you were going to bank on for all those years, that just tells you how tough it is to find a quarterback. That just tells you how tough it is to find a quarterback. And there's some teams that just can't find one. They are so scarce right now, which is amazing. Mm-hmm. But if you look around, is Baker the heir apparent from now on? Probably for the next couple of years. But for what's going on with the Cleveland Browns, I'm going to root for Baker Mayfield whether I like him or not. Mm-hmm. So I might get myself a Baker Mayfield T-shirt. Maybe I'll wear it to work one day.
Now, I will ask you, have you thought about what T-shirt you would wear for a Seattle quarterback?
No.
Okay.
I'd probably wear a Brett Boone Mariners T-shirt.
Okay, because right now it looks like the quarterback competition is going to be going into the final preseason game. This headline coming out of Seattle. Now that Drew Lock is back from COVID, they are saying that he's expected to play a lot in the team's preseason finale coming up against the Dallas Cowboys. So he's sharing first-team reps with Geno Smith. Geno Smith, if you remember, he was the starter when Russell Wilson was hurt last year. And now that
this is the former Jets quarterback.
Drew Lock is the
Geno Smith is former Jet.
Former Jet. Drew Lock, the former Broncos quarterback. Right. So right now, it looks like they're going to go into the final week of the season final week of the preseason to figure out who it is going to be starting under center now that they've officially moved on from the Russell Wilson era.
So who's the best quarterback in the state of Washington? Cam Ward.
It's sad.
I
almost would want to say, yeah, Cam might be.
Cam Ward of Washington State, the best quarterback in the state of Washington.
Yeah, that could be very well the truth, and that's a sad thing to say. And one last one, this one coming from across the country. Rich, your favorite Valentine's Day location is now in the NIL market.
They are?
Yes. The restaurant chain of Hooters on Monday announced that they have signed 51 offensive linemen to name, image, and likeness deals.
Fat guys get money.
Deal. Now, the thing is that the restaurant chain made sure that they wanted to sign offensive line groups rather than individuals.
Yes.
So the entire starting, almost the entire starting offensive linemen from Auburn, LSU, Oklahoma, Miami, Georgia Tech, Missouri, Texas A&M, Vanderbilt, Florida Atlantic, and USF are all signing deals with Hooters for name, image, and likeness deals.
As a former Hooters spokesperson, congratulations, fellas. Welcome to the team.
Now,
so I'm kind of the precursor as being a person of great weight, and heft, and size.
You and Mr. Daly.
Yes. I've actually hung out with him at the Hooters corporate offices.
Well, you were saying that he lived in an RV or
He lives in an RV. He actually lives in an RV behind the original Hooters.
So, the thing for these offensive linemen that signed this deal, they will be going and they will visit Hooters locations, star in social media campaigns for the company, and they'll encourage fans to utilize the restaurant for tailgate and viewing parties during college football season. Congratulations
to
what
fellas.
They call the Big Uglies.
Welcome to the family from the original. What? The Big Uglies?
Yeah, that's their nickname.
Don't you fat shame us.
No, we're not.
Don't you fat shame us.
That's not fat shaming, believe me.
I believe it is.
That's the Big Uglies. That's a term of endearment for good offensive linemen. You could ask Russ Grimm and Joe Jacoby and all those guys. They absolutely.
This is my disapproving look at you.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, all right, that's Dragon Ball's football headlines for today. Hey, do you want to give away more box office blitz now, or you want to wait?
We'll go ahead. We'll wait for the next one here.
Let's see. You guys are all ready to jump on the phone. Dragon Ball says, wait. We'll tell you when to call in. This hour, you get a chance to win tickets to Roadhouse Cinemas by listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step to hand off. Into the backfield and drop. No gain. Loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down. That was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're tied.
A huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points. and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Win, win, win.
Keep listening for the Box Office Blitz for your chance to win great prizes from $12.90.
Coming up, there we are. Did I forget to turn my mic on?
I went ahead to hit the button. It's all right.
Oh, so you fat finger the button today. Good, not me.
No. I just made sure to hit the button to make sure that it was on.
You fat fingered it.
I did not.
You fat fingered it.
I did not.
Just say admit it, you fat fingered it.
I did not.
You fat fingered it.
I did not.
You fat fingered it.
I think this is one of the traits of a really good producer. Keep the talent happy.
So did you fat finger it?
I did not. I fat fingered it to turn it on.
All right, anyway, program today brought to you by PGA Tour Superstore, located Oracle and Limberlost. Shop with the pros at Tucson's PGA Tour Superstore. It's the best selection of golf you'll find anywhere, golf equipment. So let's say you're a beginning golfer. You're like, I want to start playing golf, but I have no idea what kind of clubs to get. Easy. The staff at PGA Tour Superstore, they have custom club fitters right there. They can take you in, they put you in a video bay, and they take a look at your swing, and they say, okay, this is the type of club that's going to help you enjoy the game of golf even more. If you're an advanced golfer, let's say you have your beginning set of clubs and irons and you've kind of outgrown them. Maybe they're a couple years old. Maybe you're looking for some new technology. Great. They can go through and have you demo the very latest in technology and find clubs that fit your intermediate play. And if you're a really good golfer and you want to get clubs that just fine-tuned to your game, they can help you with that as well. All inside PGA Tour Superstore. It is the greatest golf store in southern Arizona. That's why they have the name PGA Tour Superstore. They have professional golf instruction. They have professional club fitters. They have everything. You'll feel like you're on tour if you go into PGA Tour Superstore. And again, everyday low prices, but we're going to sweeten it just a little bit more. If you're looking for, let's say, some golf balls, maybe you're looking for some new shoes, maybe you're looking for new clubs, a new driver, putter, here's what we're going to do for you. I'm going to give you the hookup. I'm going to give you the Rich Herrera hookup. They'll take $20 off a purchase of $150 off a purchase of $250 or more just simply by mentioning this radio station. By the way, you can tell your friends about this as well. It's called a radio coupon. You just have to mention us, and you get that discount by going into PGA Tour Superstore. Again, $50 off a purchase of $250, $20 off a purchase of $100. Pink Titleist FootJoy, not included in our promotion. Everything else in the store, giddy up. Shop with the pros at PGA Tour Superstore, Oracle, and Limberlost. I got to do a box office blitz here in a minute, right?
Yes.
And we're going to play Bueno. We're going to do Bueno y No Bueno because there's a bunch of questions that I think I need to answer for the World Dragon Ball.
That is true.
All right, so let's get to a couple comments. Camp is now over at the University of Arizona. Sunday they had practice closed to the public. Tomorrow they have practice. I believe it begins at 4. So I'm not going to be able to get out there in time to watch the end of practice. They will have some media availability. We'll have those comments for you. But Jed Fish stopped by and talked about camp and what he saw at camp. And they had the final scrimmage, the practice game, if you will. Jaden Delores started out a little shaky, got better. He gave himself a B on his performance. I probably would have given him a C+. I think there's still a lot that Arizona needs to do. Like I said, they've got flashes. They've shown they can play. Now we need to see how good they can be. And then that's up to Jed Fish. He's got the players. He's got the recruits. Now it's time for him to coach everybody up and get them ready to go. So here's a couple comments from Jed Fish after the scrimmage on Saturday. By the way, the weather was outstanding. It was beautiful out there. I wish it could be that way for all the games. It was gorgeous out there on Saturday night. Couple things. Here's Jed Fish talking about the performance from Jaden DeLora during the scrimmage. This is cut 3.
I thought they played well. I thought Jaden played really well, actually. I think today, the way I got to watch the film, but I think standing back behind him, watching most of the decisions that he made, listening to him in the huddle, he did a really nice job. Now he's got 14 days or, 13 days from now to be able to get himself in a position to own the offense even better. And I think the best part about these next 13 days is he's going to commit to that.
So that's Jed talking about Jaden DeLora. Now, this, again, Jed talking about the official end of training camp. Now it's time to get to work getting ready for San Diego State. Here's Jed Fish, cut 4.
Yeah, tonight ends training camp. Tomorrow we'll clean up some things from the film. But all of the shift goes for our coaching staff tomorrow morning on game planning. And when our players come in tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow, I guess, at noon for their lifts, the focus should be able to get locked in moving forward for opening day.
Again, Jed Fish talked about the end of traditional training camp. Now it's getting ready for San Diego State. I asked Coach Fish, because I was out there, I missed one practice. Of all the practices they had, there was one that I didn't make. I had car trouble, couldn't get out there. But I saw all the rest. I wanted to ask him, I asked him, I should say, what was the biggest accomplishment for this team in training camp?
I think they came together as a team more than they have in the past. There's been a lot more. Any guys that come out to practice consistently between a year ago and today, you'd see there's a lot more energy on the practice field. There's a lot more togetherness. There's a lot more passion. And our goal was to come together as a team. That's what training camp is about. We wanted to become a better football team fundamentally and be better communicators and make sure that we came together in unity. And I think we did better there.
It was one of the emphasis. I talked to a couple players as we were walking out of the stadium, and I said, talk about the fact that you guys came together. They said, yeah, absolutely. I was hoping that had already happened before. We saw a lot of that last year, but not enough. Because when it comes down to crunch time, at the end of the game, we saw Arizona in games, and then things slip away third, fourth quarter last year. By having that team camaraderie and that culture that you all hold each other accountable will help stem some of that. But that's what he said the biggest accomplishment for the team has been that they were able to accomplish this fall. He was asked about red zone because they worked on the red zone because that's where Arizona really had games slip away last year. Here's Jed Fish, cut 7.
We've committed a lot of man hours to red zone. We've committed a lot of practice hours to red zone. And the biggest thing for us was the execution seemed to improve each day. And what we got to is we got to a point where, as I thought would happen, that guys that are more confident running routes or bigger backs that are harder to tackle give you a better chance to be successful in the red zone. On the same token, our defense needed to get better in the red zone. And they started to see a lot of things that they couldn't defend last year in terms of what we were trying to get done. The bigger, taller receivers, now we have them. The tight ends that can be displaced out, now we have them. And then the speed at running back as well as the size of running back. So we at least are giving them this opportunity. Now, we're not where we want to be. We have 13 more days to get there. We'll focus in on the red zone again starting Tuesday's practice.
Again, they'll continue to work on that running zone, but running back-wise, I was impressed. There's a lot of good running backs that Arizona has brought into camp. You've got some that were returning from last season that we know can play, that we've seen play before. Michael Wiley. We saw a little bit of Stevie Rocker Jr. and some of the new players that have come in are going to make contributions, Coleman's one that keep an eye out on Coleman. Don't sleep on him. That kid's going to be able to do something important this year, I think, for the Arizona Wildcats, amongst others. He also talked about the size of the wide receivers. So you've got the guys that can get up and down the field and stretch and extend plays this year. We've talked about Jacob Cowing, and what Dorian Singer. But with Cowing missing some plays and being a little bit banged up as we're getting through the last week of camp, that's opened up opportunities for for other players to step up and get reps that might not normally have got them. One of them is a freshman, Kevin Green Jr., who's really shown some stuff in camp. Anthony Simpson, number 17, another taller wide receiver. Rex Haynes has got an opportunity, and they've all made the most of what they've seen at camp. And here's Jed Fish talking about those kids that have gotten opportunities with some of the upperclassmen and seniors banged up during the last week of camp and making the most of the reps that they've gotten. Here's Jed Fish.
I think Simpson and Kevin Green have taken all of those reps, that Cowling would have had, plus all of their reps that they normally would have. So the first thing is hats off to Simpson. I mean, he hits that. He runs 6,000 yards every single practice because you see he's also on every phase of special teams. So he's stepped it up and he's done a really good job. He's only a true sophomore. And the fact that he's able to jump in there and play all the positions at receiver, he's catching the ball better too. The biggest thing for him was maybe early on his confidence in his hands. I see that he's grown more confidence there, and that's a lot of.
So that's Jed talking about some of the young wide receivers. And finally, I asked him this question about Noah Fafita because so much been made of the freshman and how impressive he's looked at camp so far. So I asked him about the growth of what we've seen of Noah in his first camp with Arizona in the fall.
I think Noah's, a freshman that's getting better every day. Noah's going to have a role for us to improve daily. And hopefully we can stay healthy at quarterback. And for the next 12 weeks, Jaden plays every snap. And if we don't, then we'll have to figure out where we are from there. But Noah's going to keep getting better every day. He's working his tail off. And he's so smart. And he's dedicated, as is Jordan McLeod. And those guys, the three of them have really, worked well together. And then I think hats off to Gunnar and Will for how hard they've worked and what they've done to make sure that those three guys are continuing to be successful. And Will should be coming back full go here next week.
And I'll throw this out because we've seen Gunnar and we've seen Will not able to go at the very beginning, and those are the quarterbacks last year. And we saw them really step up leadership-wise, helping DeLaura, helping Fafita, helping Jordan McLeod. And my hat's off to both of them. Again, Will Plummer is the toughest guy you're ever going to meet. Jordan McLeod leaps and bounds better than you saw last year. Really understands the system. He's gotten bigger, faster, stronger, and you can really tell the work that he's put into the weight room. He looks like he's rediscovered himself, like he's remade his body during the offseason. Noah Fafita has been just phenomenal, every bit as good as advertised. When we were talking about him last year at this time at Servite High School, he is going to be very, very special one day at the University of Arizona. But make no mistake, this is Jaden DeLaura's team. He is a starting quarterback. We're not going to see different quarterbacks coming in. You just heard Jed say that you're going to see him going for the next 12 weeks, and it's going to be Jaden's team, and he is your number one quarterback breaking camp at the University of Arizona. So those are Jed's final comments after the end of training camp. All right, coming up, some questions that people are wondering about. Bueno y no bueno with Rich is coming up next here on 1290. Oh, by the way, are you ready to give stuff away? All right, let's do it.
Tucson, are you ready to win? The Wildcats Radio 1290 box office is now open.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
With tickets to ball games, concerts, movies, and more.
We have to get on. We have so much time and so little to do. Strike that. Reverse it. This way, please.
Start calling at 520-848-1290 to win. Good luck from Wildcats Radio 1290.
Oh my God, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I've got tickets to give away to Roadhouse Cinemas. What number do we want to use today?
For Roadhouse Cinemas, for right now, I would say we go ahead and use number
7.
7.
Why? Jaden DeLaura.
Jaden DeLaura,
number one quarterback, University of Arizona, caller number 7. On Mondays, we just give you stuff for listening to this radio show. Feels good, doesn't it? Caller number 7, 520-848-1290. You'll win tickets to Roadhouse Cinemas, the best place to watch movies in Tucson. All right, more coming up. Bueno y no bueno. We ask the most important questions of the day. I give you, are they yes or no? Next on 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's
We're tied.
Huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
Here at 447. After winning against Iowa State and Texas Tech last week, Arizona women's soccer saw 2 of their players listed as Pac-12 Player of the Week, with Madison Gorlinger and Hope Hissey earning the honors. And the Cardinals looked to add a little bit of help to their offensive line after the team traded a 5th-round pick to the Bills for lineman Cody Ford. A new name has come up in the Kevin Durant race as now the Grizzlies are reportedly showing interest in the Nets superstar on the trade market. And some more clarity on Jason Tatum's late season wrist injury after the Celtic star said that he played through a fractured wrist that started bothering him back in February. That's what's trending locally and nationally on 1290. Still more to come on the Rich Herrera Show. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Rich Herrera on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Wait a minute, who did you say wanted Kevin Durant?
That would be the Memphis Grizzlies.
Does anybody really want Kevin Durant?
If you need an extra scorer, absolutely.
If you want somebody who's going to blow up the chemistry of your team, it'd be a big pain in the butt. Absolutely.
I understand the moniker of a team breaker does follow him, and probably for good reason. But at the same time, we cannot deny he may be the best individual scorer in the NBA at the current time.
So, again, I said this on the network the other night. Your productivity has to outweigh your baggage. If your baggage and your nonsense and the garbage you bring along, if it's a dumpster fire and that's bigger than your productivity, no bueno. I wonder how much his productivity outweighs his baggage. I wonder how much his productivity outweighs his baggage.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's pretty close.
It's hard to say.
It's pretty close because if his productivity just outweighed everything else, then people would be lining up to get him. Who's lining up to get him?
Well, also, I can guarantee you the Nets are not making that an easy package to fulfill in regards to a trade-off.
Well, why wouldn't they? They invested everything. They went all in, and the guy has completely ruined the franchise. Demanding I fire Steve Nash, fire the general manager. If I don't get my way, I'm going to take my basketball home, and you better fire everybody. And the owner said, no. Good thing I'm not on the network tonight. I would have fun with that.
I mean, everybody's going to.
Oh, by the way, next week, I'm on the network all week.
Oh,
I got like 4 shows next week.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm working Labor Day weekend.
Ooh.
No, that's good because it's the beginning of football.
Right. But then it's also the beginning of U of A football, too.
Yeah, but we have, I think we have Monday Labor Day off. You have to work, but I have the day off.
Oh. Wow.
You have the Jed Fish show.
That's right. It's going to be coming up here soon.
Yeah, you have the Jed Fish show.
Which that now is going to be at 6:30 now, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So you have the Jed Fish show on Mondays.
It's still at Union, but it's going to be a half hour later than what it usually is.
Right. So we'll stay on the air until the show starts.
So what, we're carrying an extra half hour for our show?
Yeah, so that means you can. I'll make you work for a half hour.
Okay.
I'll be drinking margaritas by then.
Okay.
Out by the pool.
Fair enough.
All right, let's do a real quick version of Bueno y No Bueno.
There are so many good things to talk about in sports that we can all say bueno. But there are just as many things that are flat out no bueno when it comes to sports. And there are some that are just flat in the middle that you need some help to judge if they are bueno y no bueno. Thank goodness we have Rich Herrera to help us figure out bueno y no bueno on Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, the biggest questions in the world are asked to me. Why? Because I got a blue check mark and you don't. So, Dragon Ball, what are some things that people have a need to figure out and me to pronounce bueno y no bueno?
Okay. First one, and this one's just makes me sad.
What?
The 2022 USA Mullet Championships officially came to a close.
Over the
I believe
weekend.
It was this weekend. And
did you see they had kids all over the morning shows on like Good Morning America and CNN? And
the worst part is that not only are these kids rocking the mullet and rocking it
just
pretty hard,
serious mullets,
but these kids are also wearing the the skiers visor,
the wraparound Oakleys.
And
these kids aren't
even
old enough.
Oakleys. They're off brand,
right? Well, then you have to have that.
These are like gas station level sunglasses. like
the old woman visor.
The one I see on here is it's got just the word Viper written on the side of it. I'm just like, oh.
And these poor kids aren't even old enough to choose their own haircut.
I think some of them do, because there's a kid here that's got wave lines in the side of his mullet. So
but he's not
that's
going.
a choice.
He's not going to supercuts and going, hey, can you put that in the side of my head? No, some adult is forcing that haircut upon him.
I mean, maybe, but just all these kids looking like Joe Dirt in one way or another. It's weird.
Okay, so what do you want to know?
So, I mean, no bueno that the
this
mullets
is pretty easy.
are coming back.
Like,
or at the very least, there's enough mullets to have a competition.
The Little League World Series, there's some series. They called them flows for a while.
Yes.
Now they're just straight out mullets. Guys, let me give you this advice from someone who lived in the 80s. 80s fashion, no bueno.
Licorice pizza.
Ugh.
I'm going to keep referencing that movie until you get sick of it.
It makes me ill. I lived through the 80s. I don't dress like Sonny Crockett anymore.
No.
I had a bi-level. I didn't have the full-on mullet because it didn't reach, but I had, straight across the sideburns, short in front, business in front, a little bit of party in the back, but it didn't get down to my collar. So it wasn't an official mullet. But stop torturing these poor children. Stop trying to live like it's the 70s and the 80s. Like, I'm embarrassed to say my son has got the worst mustache that he went out to see.
Right.
Have you seen the pictures of it?
I've seen, I think, one picture. It
is horrible because all these kids, and I'm seeing them as they move into the dorms at U of A, all saw Maverick, Top Gun Maverick.
Right.
And all decided they want to have a cheesy mustache like Goose.
All these kids watched Joe Dirt, and that's what they wanted to be when they grew up.
So
Rich, I swear to you, I'm sorry, I can't stop looking. I'm looking at the winners on their website.
Oh.
I'm telling you, the second place finisher in the kids division, I swear to you, that is exactly what I remember Joe Dirt as a kid looked like in that movie when he was a kid. And for the teen division, okay, the dude who is second place in the teen division, I swear, for a minute I had to double take because it looks like Screech if he had a mullet. I swear. The first place winner, absolutely, that's a picture from an 80s hockey player.
Business in the front, party in the back.
And to those who can wear a mullet and wear it proudly, I am not.
Which is nobody.
I am not going to begrudge you for your choice in hairstyle. It's just I'm looking at these guys.
You're forcing young children.
Oh, man.
It should be child abuse.
I don't know.
So I will tell you right now, mullets, no bueno. Cheesy mustaches, no bueno. I told Rigney, I said, where are you going to stay when you come home? He goes, what? I go, I'm not letting that mustache in my house.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hold you down. I'll shave it myself.
Dad.
It's
going to be that bad, huh?
Ugh.
Now, that being said, though, I will say before we get off this too much, we did have a couple people text in and say that there were some who did
rock the mullet.
Our friend Chris said that he lost his fantasy football title game, and he had to grow the mullet, which I'm shocked. I would have figured that would have been the punishment for the last place player in the league, not the loser of the championship game. So feel like
that's a badass fantasy football league.
I think, honestly, like, Chris, you should have argued that, no, if I'm doing that, whoever's last place better be doing something even worse.
Get a tattoo on his back.
Yes, absolutely.
Of
tattoo
me with the mullet.
Yeah. Get a tattoo of him with the mullet. That'd be perfect. That'd be an absolute perfect way to go ahead and finish that out. That's bad.
What's next?
So we've also got, just real quick here,
you can skip through because I know we're short on time.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So this is from Clint, also a quick text from him saying that he never had the mullet, but he is apparently suggesting that I wear a mullet.
You would be awesome with a mullet.
I told him that the mullet is business in the front, party in the back. And if there was a business, if I had a mullet, there's a business side, it'd have a for rent sign on the front of it because there's not a lot growing out here.
No, what you can have is, and if you're watching us on the stream, for you in the front, like, see, I've got pretty good hair.
Yeah, in the front, absolutely.
Right, I've got great hair. Look at me. I've got a full head of hair, jet black, not a lot of gray.
Yeah.
What you would have would be semi-retired in the front and party in the back.
Yeah.
How much would I have to pay you to grow a mullet?
Well, that's actually kind of what Clint told us too. Is that's the best part. It'd be all party.
Yes.
It'd be all party, no business.
I might start a GoFundMe page to have you grow a mullet.
That'd be the saddest Costanza look I could possibly pull off. No, absolutely not. And that'll be it for Bueno
That's
No Bueno.
That's for Bueno y No Bueno. Outstanding. Coming up, are the Ducks bailing on the Pac-12? I gotta bring you all the latest on that in case you woke up this morning and saw the tweets and everybody was going crazy. And I got yelled at by corporate Dragon Ball that we're not appealing to millennials.
Oh boy.
So I'm going to talk about that in the next hour. All that coming up here on 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step to hand off. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball. Down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down the... I mean, that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon 5-man front, they shift, play fake, rolling right, McLeod looking to throw, going deep, down, trying to find Berryhill, makes the catch inside the 25-yard line, still loose inside the 15, first down Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball, he underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone, straight back to throw, has some time, steps into the pocket, the Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big
Early
time.
on the field is a safety.
Yes, that's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Abear, they just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
All right, thanks for joining us, everybody. Boy, I'm just having a hard time turning the microphone on today, Dragon Ball. What is going on?
I don't know. You've been hitting the wrong button there, I think.
All right, couple notes for you real quick. We'll have Dave Hickey. I'm sorry. I'm texting, I'm returning an email, and I'm trying to do the radio show at the same time. So let me stop and just do one thing first. Okay? Okay, now I can focus.
Okay.
Multitasking is okay. Sometimes I get carried away multitasking during the break. So what do I have to tell everybody? Beginning tomorrow, Dave Hickey will begin his weekly visits with us in the 4 o'clock hour. So I can't wait to talk to Dave tomorrow. Boy, there's so much we need to go over with him because we haven't been able to talk to him for a while. He made a small comment about realignment of the Pac-12, but we'll really talk about that in earnest tomorrow while he comes on the program. So that's tomorrow at 4 o'clock. You'll want to be here for that. Okay? That's number one. Number two, we're getting closer. How many days until Arizona football? According to our website, Dragon Ball.
Arizona football will go home and kicking off in 11 days, 19 hours, and 23 minutes.
Awesome. Cannot wait. Now, for that very, very, very first game on the road, or excuse me, at home for Bear Down Friday, we'll be at Illegal Pete's up on the balcony for Bear Down Friday.
Right.
For the home opener, we're going to be on the mall again. And we'll stream the show on YouTube and Facebook before and afterwards. We'll have that for everybody. I'm not sure what we're doing for that first away game against San Diego State. That's still a work in progress.
Right.
So we're trying to get that one all settled in. So that's something that I wanted to bring up to everybody. Now, I did want to go through this. Okay. So this morning, did you see the tweet from Brett McMurphy?
That I didn't.
Okay, so Brett McMurphy had an early tweet. I got it early. I was on my way to work, and my phone blew up. And here's how I'll tell you how my phone blows up. It's either people that I know from one of 4 parts of the country. I got a couple of friends of mine that are Big 12 guys. So they will run with stories that favor the Big 12 swallowing up the Pac-12. That I've got friends of mine down in the South, and they'll send me stories that favor SEC dominance. Then I have friends that are in the Midwest, and they're Michigan, Ohio State guys. And anytime there's a story that says that they're going to gobble up the Pac-12, they'll send me those stories. And I have people that are Pac-12 homers like I am that'll send me stories. They'll say, the Pac-12 is not going anywhere. So this one came out. Outkick had this, and it was originally a Brett McMurphy tweet, but the headline is, Oregon Ducks are looking to fly away from the Pac-12 and into the Big Ten. Bum, bum, bum. So the story that was written quotes McMurphy Brett McMurphy. Oregon initiated preliminary discussions in Chicago with Big Ten to determine if Ducks are compatible in Big 12, source told Action Network HQ. Outgoing Oregon President Michael Schill, AD Rob Mullins, and Big Ten Commish Kevin Warren not involved in any discussions in Chicago, another source. So if you just read the headline, you're like, oh, my God, Oregon's going to run and jump out of the Pac-12 and Arizona, and everybody else is going to be left by the wayside. So then the two guys that I think that have done the best independent reporting. One is John Wilner, who everybody knows. He's in the San Jose Mercury News. He's also reprinted in the Arizona Daily Star. The other is John Canzano, that we've had on the program before, and I think they're both outstanding reporters, and I read what they have because I think they're spot on better than anybody else out there, including the message board warriors. So the talks between, so here's Canzano today because this came out right afterwards. So according to Canzano, no Michael Schill, no Rob Mullins, no Kevin Warren. McMurphy's a good reporter. I trust him. I was told early on that Phil Knight and Tinker Hatfield were interested in exploring some options. Sounds to me like the Nike contingent may be doing the heavy lifting. This again from Canzano in his newsletter that I suggest everybody sign up for. One source in Knight's inner circle told me after USC and UCLA defected to the Big Ten, quote, the good news is Phil is working hard to determine the correct path forward and hopefully to determine one that is viable. My guess is that his aspirations aren't practical or achievable, but try to tell that to the man that has won most battles in his life that seemed out of reach. Let's see. The loose partnerships are still out there. There was one more thing I wanted to throw out there. This is from Canzano. I asked one Southern Division athletic director that I haven't previously quoted about the Big 12. Is that conference actively trying to poach Pac-12 teams? He said, I don't know where all this stuff comes from. There have been no offers or conversations. I've been in no dark rooms. It's insane. Now, I'll also tell you that George Kliavkoff has also said that, when the Big 12 started reaching out, the schools they reached out to, they immediately gave the commissioner of the Pac-12 everything that the Big 12 was trying to sell to them. So they're having, and we'll hear this tomorrow with Dave Hickey, they're having weekly conferences, and so far the Pac-12 seems like it's standing pat. And again, all these other guys that are throwing this out there, people are feeding them. Information trying to disrupt what's out there. This again for John Canzano. One Pac-12 athletic director, the Pac-12 athletic directors, continue to meet at least once a week. I asked a few of them if Oregon had expressed a desire for unequal revenue sharing or maybe even a shorter media rights deal. Said one AD, not at all. Oregon hasn't been pounding the table. They've made no demands in an open forum. I think, like the rest of us, they're interested in seeing what comes of this media rights negotiation. I think that was all that I was going to get you out of here. But again, okay. Those are all the notes I wanted to bring out of there. So, again, those reports are probably correct. You probably have the Nike contingent that are big boosters of the Oregon Ducks reaching out to the Big 12. And again, there's all these clandestine meetings that are out there. There's all these clandestine meetings that are out there. And there's going to be people that are going to be representing others. But as far as Oregon looking to leave right now and kicking the tires, it would be pretty difficult to do without a school president. So again, pump the brakes. And now this is another Southern athletic director of the Pac-12 saying, the whole thing of us jumping to the Big 12, I don't know where that's coming from. Somebody's making it up, more than likely someone of the Big 12 that wants to see Arizona State, Utah, Colorado leave the same way people are trying to paint the picture. Oregon's going to leave. Washington will follow with them. They're all trying to implode the Pac-12. And I'll be honest with you, the commissioner of the Pac-12 is losing the battle right now as far as public opinion and conventional wisdom, because these other guys are just feeding the media all these stories that make it seem like the demise of the Pac-12 is upon us.
Well, and you've been saying this since pretty much the start of it, is monitor where you're getting your news, because everybody's got their agenda about what everyone's trying to say. The Big 12 guys are going to try to say that the mountain schools are going to leave for the Big 12. The Big 10 schools are trying to say that the other big names universities, the big markets, are going to be heading to them. And everyone that's in the Pac-12 is just going to say, no, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. We're set to stake it out as the Pac-10 until we figure out our expansion opportunities. And again, like you said, everybody's going to say what they want to say, and they're going to drown the actual news out of the headline because they want to go ahead and get people to talk and worry and be concerned about where the schools are going to be going from here.
Okay, here's the one note that I was looking for. Again, this is out of Canzano's column today. Quote, Oregon is a tentpole among the remaining 10 universities in the Pac-12. The prevailing sentiment amongst conference athletic directors is that UO shopped itself around significantly after USC and UCLA announced their departure. We reported that early on, that Oregon absolutely was looking to see what was out there, especially Phil Knight. So let me finish the quote. The prevailing sentiment let me read this. The prevailing sentiment among conference athletic directors is that Oregon shopped itself around significantly after USC and UCLA announced their departure and learned, you ready for this, Dragon Ball? And learned it didn't have great immediate options. That was the quote I was looking for. So, yeah, absolutely, Phil Knight wants to join the Big Ten. But when he started shopping out there, he learned that there wasn't a big market for Oregon right now as we stand today. That's why you're still seeing the Big Ten trying to if the Big Ten could steal Oregon, the conference falls apart.
Right.
But if Oregon looked at the Big Ten and didn't really find that they were going to go in there and be able to demand top dollar the way UCLA did. Because remember, Oregon's a small market. 152, I believe.
Oregon's a small market, but they just have a
great national brand.
Right.
So what kind of juice do they bring? Who knows? If the Big Ten steals Oregon, the conference falls apart. Some of the folks at Oregon looked at the Big Ten, but it didn't seem like it made sense for the Big Ten to offer them. Now, if I could collapse the Pac-12, then Oregon's going to have to run over there hat in hand and say, I'll take any deal you can. And that's why you keep hearing these different names popping up. Stanford. Stanford was never in the original conversation. But all of a sudden, now Stanford. Ooh, if you could take Oregon at Stanford, Callan, Stanford. Stanford's now in play because the more that they can disrupt and destabilize this conference and pressure a school like Oregon or Arizona State, oh, you better run. You better jump in this next conference because when yours is done and musical chairs is over and you don't have a place to sit, you're screwed. So you see all these folks trying to destabilize the Pac-12, trying to scare an Oregon, a Stanford, a Cal, a Washington, Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah to jump ship. It's like playing Red Rover, send Oregon right over. I just need somebody to blink, and if I blink, then I can take this conference down.
It's hard because in Red Rover, for the comparison, it'd be more so Oregon's trying to break through the line of the Big 12 and Big 10 and break it down.
Now, if it was Red Rover, send the Big 10 right over.
Yeah.
The Big 10 is looking at all the kids that are standing there. You guys, I hope everybody knows what Red Rover is. Everyone stands there arm in arm, and the one kid has to run through and break through the line of the other group of kids. Mm-hmm. This is when we had real PE, when we had dodgeball.
Yes.
Did you like dodgeball?
I didn't mind dodgeball. I especially liked it. I especially liked it when they went to the little foam balls rather than the big
red balls.
The
ones that would leave a mark on your face.
Yeah, when they moved away from the kickball and went to the foam balls, that was a preferable move in my opinion.
I liked dodgeball, but I wore glasses as a kid, so I was always afraid I was going to break my glasses, and my mom would scream and yell at me.
Shockingly enough, I remember for me and my growing up in elementary school, like the place where most of the injuries occurred was in the tetherball court. Because,
I couldn't play tetherball.
A lot of people refused for whatever reason. Maybe this is just because of the location that I was at. They did not want to use their hands to play tetherball. We would have armless tetherball where we'd have to use our head. And that was it was no more worse than the groups of large groups of the swing. Like, I don't know if anyone did this growing up. Maybe this is just my generation.
I think this is just your school.
Maybe, but I know that we had a really long swing set, and there was 8 swings on this one particular swing set. And everyone would go ahead, and it was a swing set that had a concrete lining with the sand in the middle, but it basically looked like was the things in a parking lot that prevent you from going too far up on the curb, the little concrete blocks.
Yeah.
So that
the things that my wife drives over that tears the bottom of the front of our car out of.
Right. So it basically had that lining the outside of the swing set with sand inside to fill it. We would all we would start at the same time, and we would have about 2 minutes. Someone would
to see how high we can go, so we can jump off.
See how far you could jump forward from the swing. And because of that little concrete block, a lot of kids landed on it and didn't land correctly. And I think one of the kids broke their ankle, and that prevented us from ever jumping off the swing set again.
You played tetherball and used your face to block the ball.
I tried to use the top of my head. I did not use the side of my face.
Well, no wonder that you've lost all this up on front of your...
that might be why
I think that's why you have a receding hairline.
That might be why there's a retirement party in the front and then a frat party in the back if I were to grow this mullet.
And you notice me, I've got great bangs, so obviously we didn't play that kind of tetherball.
No.
All right, coming up, corporate's making me do something I don't want to do. They're saying that we have to appeal to more millennials. Millennials like lists.
That they do. That they do.
All right, that's next. Dragon Ball said we have to do one more box office blitz. Right now, you ready to go? Right now, later. Later, right now.
Right now.
Right now. Let's do it.
Hey, Tucson.
We are the sports station that gives you stuff just for listening.
Hachi Machi.
The Wildcats Radio 1290 box office is now open.
Oh my God!
With tickets to ball games, concerts, movies, and more.
I know, it's crazy. Welcome to the Thunderdome, people.
Start calling at 520-848-1290 to win from Tucson's best sports station, Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, give me we're 11 days away from Arizona football?
We're 11 days away from football out at Snapdragon Stadium.
Or Dragon Slayer?
It's not Dragon Slayer Stadium.
Dude, so when we were talking about Teteroa McMillan, was asked about, and he goes, I don't know the name. Was it Dragon Slayer or whatever?
To be fair, that's a cooler name.
It is. But do you think that's some bulletin board material for San Diego State?
It probably is. That being said, I mean, you can just go ahead and it probably just claim that he was thinking about the new House of Dragons Game of Thrones show on HBO that premiered yesterday.
Are you watching it?
I have not watched the premiere, but I do know I have to start watching it because the girlfriend wants to watch it.
Watch the Manti Te'o show.
I will watch the Manti Te'o.
She's going to like it because it's a compelling human drama.
Right.
It is weird, wild, compelling.
I will be sure to check that out myself.
All right. Let's take caller number 11 right now.
Caller 11.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Caller number 11. You'll win tickets to Roadhouse Cinemas. Best place to watch movies in all of Tucson. And then we'll do this list Mount Rushmore thing that I'm being forced to do against my will next.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellis, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's
We're tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berrios. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps out of the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big
Early on the field is a safety.
Yes, that's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the
thing. Then we'll do a stupid Mount Rushmore.
Wildcats Radio 1290 is proud to present Rich's Mount Rushmore of Sports.
Because it was 100% Rich's idea and wasn't shoved down his throat by some corporate suit who told him he had to do it.
So here is today's list of things that belong on Rich's Mount Rushmore on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Okay, I'm a team player. They say, do more lists. Millennials like lists. You're a millennial.
I am.
Do you like lists?
I normally only get through the first 2 spots.
So that's why we'll do a Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Only 4.
4.
And they're not ranked, so we can discuss who belongs on the Mount Rushmore today.
Yeah, but there's always a part of the Mount Rushmore that people would argue is more important than the other. I mean, no one's going to sit here and say that George Washington was beneath Thomas Jefferson.
No, there are 4 things that we all think are important.
Right.
So here's my Mount Rushmore list today. You ready?
Okay.
Here's the Mount Rushmore of cats that will make or break the 2022 football season for the University of Arizona.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I've been watching and I put this list together today, and I think these are the 4 most important people when it comes to Arizona football. So here we go. Not in any necessary order. The first one I'm going to throw out is Jaden DeLora. Now, Arizona needs consistency at football, consistency at quarterback for this football team. What did I complain about all last year at this time? Was that Arizona didn't have enough consistency. There wasn't a leader. And I kept asking Jed, when are you gonna name a starter? And we went through camp and we had deadlines that were never made because no one established themselves as the number 1 quarterback. And we saw 3 different starters last year. And each starter was kind of looking over their shoulder, waiting to see what was going to happen next. That's not the case this year. Jaden DeLora is the undisputed leader of this offense. Noah Fafita is going to be his backup. Jaden DeLora stays healthy. He will be your quarterback all season long. I love it. I love it because I know the kind of moxie he has. I know the kind of leadership he has, and I know how the kid can play. He's one of the most important people this season to set the tone and lead this offense. There's so many times last year I was looking at this offense, and they needed a leader. They needed someone to step up and call everybody out and hold people accountable. That's what Jaden DeLora is. That's why he's on my Mount Rushmore of cats that will make or break the team this season. My next one, and this is not going to be a surprise, it's my man CY.
Yes.
It's my man Christian Young. Want to know why?
Why?
Because the University of Arizona is going to face some high-flying teams. Not week one. They'll play San Diego State. San Diego State's going to try to drive the ball down your throat. They're going to take on the Pirate, Mike Leach, in week 2. North Dakota State is going to be an aerial attack. By the time you get to Oregon, they'll open it up. USC is going to open it up. UCLA is going to open it up. Washington State's going to open up. There's a lot of wide-open offenses. They're going to throw the ball down the field and try to extend. That's why Christian Young and Ciro, Christian Roland Wallace, and the rest of those defensive backs, Stukes and all the rest, are going to be important. They make or break this season, how they're able to defend the pass. He's on my Mount Rushmore of cats that are going to make or break the season for 2022. Who else is on my list? I'm going to put Hunter Echols.
Yeah.
After watching camp, I think Hunter Echols goes on my Mount Rushmore. Who's going to make or break the season? Hunter Echols is here to rush the quarterback. This is the former USC linebacker. And at Johnny Nansen's defense, he's going to pin his ears back, and he's going to get after the quarterback each and every time. In order for Christian Young, in order for Ciro, in order for Stukes, and all the rest of those defensive backs do their job, they need to put pressure on that quarterback. He can't just sit there and pick apart his secondary. Last year, Arizona did a horrible job at putting pressure on the quarterback. Not many sacks. Hunter Echols is going to fix that. Hunter Echols is also a guy that I've seen in camp stand up in front of the rest of the defense and tell guys, hey, focus, pay attention, calling people out, holding them accountable. You want to talk about some dogs on defense? Hunter Echols is going to be a dog for the Cats this year. Hunter Echols is one of my 4 most important people. He's on my Mount Rushmore of guys who are going to make or break the season for the Cats this year. And finally, you ready for this one, Dragon Ball?
What do we got?
The one man that's going to make or break the season for the University of Arizona this season is Jed Fish. Jed has got the players that he wants. He's got a better offense. He's got more skilled players. He's got more depth. He's got bigger, faster, stronger athletes. They've turned this roster. 50-plus new players have come into Tucson. You brought in the Hunter Eccles to go along with the CYs and C-Row. You brought in the speedy Luke to go with Michael Wiley. You brought in all these wide receivers like Tetaroa McMillan. You brought in Simpson to go along with Dorian Singer. You brought in Jacob Cowling. You brought in all these guys to go with the core of the team that you kept. So now it's not about talent. Now it's about coaching them up. It's about not making mistakes, not making physical, mental mistakes, being disciplined, not making a bunch of mistakes with dumb penalties, not making bad calls. It's about this team being consistent and disciplined. How good is Utah? Utah's pretty good. Why are they good? Because they're a disciplined ball team that is well coached. Jed, it's now upon you because Arizona needs to win and needs to win now. You have the talent to compete. I've seen it. I've seen the flashes in practice. Now it's up to this coaching staff to put it all together. That's why my Mount Rushmore of Cats, they're going to make or break the season this year, is Jaden DeLaura, Christian Young, Hunter Eccles, and head coach Jed Fish. You agree, you disagree, text me, 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Text the word Rich. Do you agree or disagree with today's Mount Rushmore of Cats that will make or break the 2022 season? All right, coming up, we'll give you an update on that story that was running wild this morning on whether the Ducks are leaving the Pac-12. It's not true. We'll go out to Eugene. Steve Tannen from our sister station up in Eugene joins us next to recap what's going on with the Ducks. Are they looking to leave? Not really, but we'll tell you how the story caught fire this morning. That's next on 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Kemp.